Hi, I'm John DeWorkin.
And I'm Sunny Harmon, and we're with Lobby SC, a pro-business lobbying firm based here in South Carolina. And we just finished up the second week of a brand new session.
That's right. Remember, there's 18 weeks, so we finished up the second week, as Sunny said. The House dropped a big bill this week.
They did. Back in the fall, Speaker Smith appointed a committee chaired by Jay West to really hone in and focus on economic development and utility modernization, as well as workforce issues. And so this week they rolled out their workforce bill.
House Bill 3726 creates the Office of Statewide Workforce Development Coordination, really with the intent of trying to provide a centralized location for workforce development.
Right now, there's several different agencies that are doing different components of workforce. So this would put it all under that one agency umbrella of the Department of Employment and Workforce.
That's right. And before we go to the Senate, let me just also talk about that same ad hoc committee where Commissioner Hugh Weathers from the South Carolina Department of Agriculture proposed a $75 million plan to maximize what he says could be up to $1 billion of untapped projects that could expand in South Carolina. So that's very exciting to see a lot of rural areas, not exclusive, but a lot of rural areas with that.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And also on the Senate side, they spent a lot of time on the floor this week debating education savings account. So that's a school choice bill that would set aside dollars for students to go to schools in other districts or for students to go to private schools. So that debate continues into next week.
That's right. And then the House Ways and Means is going through the budget process. They're in subcommittee right now. Really lots of interesting hearings going on. One particular I'd like to highlight, Department of Transportation did their presentation this week and highlighted they are ahead of their 10-year plan that they rolled out. In fact, they've got 7,000 miles of contracts out there right now. Some things are focusing on I-26 from Columbia to Charleston and also I-95 coming out of Georgia. A couple budget requests that the DOT has. They're asking for $1 billion over the next 5 years to repair or replace over 1,000 bridges, $300 million to construct I-73 in Dillon County, and then unrelated really, but they really want to increase their efforts with recurring money for litter control, which I know we all very much
clearly
care
John is very excited about those budget requests coming from the Department of Transportation.
Yeah.
And speaking of the budget, Senate Finance, chaired by Senator Harvey Peeler out of Gaffney, received their budget outlook this week in Senate Finance Committee. And
they said they're in a very good spot. $456 million left over from last year.
That's a good place to be for sure.
State of the State is Wednesday, right?
Yes, next week. And last week, of course, we had the inaugural ball and all of those inaugural activities. But thank you for tuning in. And if you'd like to learn more, you can visit us at lobbysc.com. Thank you.
Thank you.